folks, and welcome to another Saturday Morning Samoflange. I'm Matt.
I'm Benjamin, and we're talking about cereal today.
Oh, yo, what cereal?
You know what? The first thing I thought of when you suggested this is I was like, what a first world topic to consider. Like, we're talking about cereals that don't exist anymore that we want to come back. I'm like, there are so many problems in the world, and like, why are we talking about freaking cereal? And then, you know what? It kind of hit me because that's not what Saturday Morning Samoflange is all about.
No.
And that I was so excited to learn that
there's a 99.75% chance that I'm going to love this topic.
That people listen to this show to not think about COVID and everything else that's going on in life.
I don't know what that is.
Exactly. What are you talking about? It's Saturday.
Yeah.
And because... And then I got more and more excited the more I looked into this episode and I was researching my top 5 cereals. Yeah, you told me you went down the rabbit hole. I went down into a rabbit hole, and you gave me several topics, and I started looking through, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I could do that, could do that. And I got to the cereal one, and I'm like, okay, well, let's take a look at some old lists and stuff, and I'm like, this is becoming really fun because... For me,
you don't realize what cereals are gone now.
Well, it wasn't not just that. It was the feeling of Saturday morning Samoflange cereal, and cereal and cartoons for us.
And to our credit, we have done top 5 cereals on this podcast before in the past.
Okay.
But top 5 out of print cereals.
Out of print cereals was the topic today. Okay.
So this is a little bit different.
I got very excited the more I looked into this. So
yeah, one of our earlier episodes, I want to say, was top 5 cereals because it was Saturday morning Samoflange, right?
Yeah. I apologize if I'm sipping into the microphone. I'm having some tea, Earl Grey hot.
Hot, yes. We took an Earl Grey hot break.
But I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I have a top 10.
Top 10.
I have several honorable mentions.
Do number 10. I want to hear all of it, please.
Okay.
Because I knew immediately that you were going to have a ton for this because you are a huge
and I didn't
cereal
think about,
fan.
I didn't think until I told you because I remember thinking there's a few old cereals like to come back.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, well, let me see if I can do the top 5, and I named like 11 off the bat. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I found 3 more that
I'm excited.
Whenever I ever have to search, those usually end up being honorable mentions.
Sure.
Very rarely. Anything I come up with my top 5.
Yeah, I had like 3 or 4 come right to mind, but then I searched and I was like, this is great. And anyway, but I want to hear more, so please go with number 10 or honorable mention number 12 or whatever it is.
Honorable mention. Well, I'm gonna name 3 dishonorable mentions. Ooh. I remember having them as kids.
Are we gonna do crossover guesses? I mean, this is out of any cereal. But they have to be out of print. Kind of. Well, why did I say out of print? Not making them anymore.
Ready. I'll do it. I'll go first. 3.
You think we're gonna have 3 crossovers?
Bold. 3.
I gotta go 2 then. If that's the case.
Go 2.
Dang. Okay. We'll see how well.
It may not happen.
Look, it's possible. You've got 15 of them, so I'm not ready.
I've got 15 of them.
Do it.
Okay. These are the dishonorable mentions. There are a few of them. Okay.
Wait a minute. What qualifies as a dishonorable mention, first of all?
The cereals suck balls.
Well, that's not the point. Okay, so I've got a few dishonorable mentions then.
Do you want to go first?
No, I want to hear yours. Go.
OJ's. It was orange flavored cereal. It was a rancher.
Shut up! Like orange juice?
It was like little orange balls, and they tasted like orange milk.
I do not remember that at all.
It was nasty. I guess it was on sale. My mom bought it,
so
and I was like, OJ's.
Granted,
I was like, okay,
though,
orange.
Like you're like 2 years older than me, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So you would have been like some more of these that
you may. Well, also some of these could have been regional too back in the day.
That's a good point.
Even though I think this
you
was
grew
Kellogg's.
up in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So not all stores had the same cereal.
You're right.
But OJ's.
This is pre-Amazon.
Yeah. Okay. What do you have? One? Do you have a dishonorable mention?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to think. Now that I know what dishonorable mention is.
I got plenty of these.
Okay, go ahead.
We begged our mother.
I'm going to stick with my list. And
I really hope this isn't on your top 5.
I'm going to reclassify them as dishonorable mentions if I think about them.
You need to rethink this cereal.
Really?
Super Mario Brothers / Zelda cereal.
It's my number 2. Tell me why.
Did you like that cereal?
I loved it. Come here, T-Frog here.
Wow.
Sipping my tea on this
Nothing
meme.
like licking ass crack for breakfast. That cereal
I almost got your very expensive microphone very wet
was so
with this tea.
Horrible.
It was great.
We begged our parents
not to buy it.
to buy it for us because we wanted it.
The dual cartridge. That's why it's my number 2, is because it was 2 separate bags. It was split down the middle. Half of it was Super Mario Brothers. Half of it was The Legend of Zelda. And you just couldn't decide, but you never wanted to mix them together because then they did taste bad. Because
one tastes like ass, one tastes like hole. You mix them together. That's
I loved the Super Mario and the Zelda separately.
Bet you did.
Anyway,
I did not like that. I thought that cereal. My mom
Nintendo cereal.
We ate one bowl, spit it out. My mom made us. Our mom made us eat the rest of it.
You got to be joking.
None of us liked
it.
You
must have gotten a bad batch, bro. I'm just saying.
No.
That was good stuff. And you know what? Maybe,
I wonder what history. I want to know if anyone else ate that cereal. Was it? Did it taste like ass, or was it good?
Or did it taste like hole? But the difference is that there's an age, though, like where
it tastes like a bunch of vitamins.
What?
It did. It tasted.
Were you eating a lot of vitamins as a kid?
No, it tasted like the nasty vitamins with a little flavor thrown in there. It was awful.
Okay, great analogy.
Nothing enjoyable.
But that's the thing. But there's a moment.
I can't believe this is your number 2. I shouldn't have done this.
But there's a moment in every kid's life when at first everything tastes fine. Like, it doesn't matter. It's like, it's sugar. Who cares? There is
why did you?
There is no preference.
I know the appeal for it.
The appeal is a huge chunk of it. I remember being so excited about the taste of it. I remember combining both bags and like, ooh, I don't like them both together. I like to enjoy them separately.
Was there a flavor you liked better, Mario or Zelda?
No, I enjoyed them separately the same. Okay. But I remember feeling gypped as a kid because it came in 2 separate shrink-wrapped bags.
Yes.
You did not, it seemed, get the same amount as a normal bag.
But the cereal was smaller, so I felt like you did. It was
you think
smaller.
So?
It was smaller crunches.
I mean, I remember it, but I liked the little Legend of Zelda marshmallows, and it had them Super Mario marshmallows, right? It had little marshmallows.
I don't remember if Super Mario had marshmallows. Zelda did.
It had little.
Okay, that's fine.
Mario and stars, I think, and stuff.
Okay.
Anyway. Yeah, it's my number 2. I loved it. I was so excited about it, and I'm surprised that I haven't seen anything like that with the compartment. Like, there's been a few cereals that have had the dual compartment bags and stuff, but maybe I'm about to learn something tonight.
I'll tell you one that they should sell in a minute.
All right. So that was number 15?
Well, I don't know. That was
dishonorable
mention.
Okay.
Dishonorable mention again. Rainbow Bright cereal.
I'd forgotten all about that.
Rainbow Bright cereal was a fruity cereal. It got soggy the instant you poured the milk on it, and it was soggy mess.
So it should have been Lucky Charms.
What were we doing with Rainbow Bright cereal? We were at a friend's back in our day. We grew up in Mississippi. Most of our friends we had were girls, and
Rainbow Bright was the thing.
We spent the night with them, and of course she had Rainbow Bright cereal, and she wanted us all to try it. Of course, we weren't really that keen on it, but it was the only cereal to eat, so why not? The moment you poured milk on it, that thing went soggy.
Weird.
And it was like, I was like, oh, this is already soggy. It's
what is this cardboard I'm eating?
Yeah, it did taste like cardboard too, but she just loved it because Rainbow Bright was her favorite.
Well, of course.
And
what was Rainbow Bright up against? That was the girls' answer to what was it? Transformers at the time. That was the big thing.
I don't know what the girls' answer would have been. The boys' answer to Rainbow Bright would have been, or whatever.
Oh, I don't either.
I mean, but anyway.
You know how they produced stuff in the 80s? They always made stuff for boys because they bought the toys.
Right.
And then when something got popular, then they made the female version of it.
But it's like they made a just soft, weak cereal. Give me that hard crunch. I guess that's a man's crunch there. That's why our jaw lines are more distinguished.
I don't think you can put that in a Rainbow Bright commercial.
I don't know. Maybe it was their answer to Rambo. Rainbow Bright.
It's maybe.
Rambo First Blood, maybe. Rainbow First Bright. I don't know. They should do that movie. Rainbow First Bright. I'd love to see that.
Send that into Family Guy as an idea for sure.
That's happening.
All right. So number 3 dishonorable mention is
dishonorable mention. Dishonorable mention is Morning Funnies.
I've never heard of that.
It was a comic book strip cereal.
Oh, that sounds great.
You eat the cereal and then open up. There's a comic.
I knew exactly where you were going with it. I knew exactly you were going to say that, and that's wonderful.
You read classic comic strips like Hagar the Horrible, Beetle
Bailey, and the old
Snuffy Smith, and all those classic ones. And we loved it because we love reading the Sunday Funnies.
Sure,
of course. Who didn't? It was called Morning Funnies, and the cereal I think just had a bunch of smiley face. Different colors.
But it was just trash.
It was bland. Ooh. It was the blandest cereal in the world. But there were 3 different boxes, I think, with 3 different comic strips, and we wanted to read those comic strips because we love reading.
Sort of like when you
There's nothing better than reading the Sunday funnies.
Like when people bought baseball cards, you didn't buy it for the gum, but you ate the gum because it's gum.
Yeah,
but
it was there.
Tasted terrible. Like it was just a pink stick of nastiness, but you still chewed it for some reason. But
and
that's what it sounds like Sunday Funnies was.
Yeah, it's what it was. And we'd peek and see if this was one we had or not, and we didn't have it, so we'd put it in the bag. And Mom would get it for us because she thought we loved the cereal. We hated the cereal.
But cereal
was terrible. It was tasteless. But we liked to read. You could open up the back of the box, and it would open up into like a fold out of a comic strip.
Now that's really cool. I like that.
That was a neat idea, but the cereal sucked. It was like Kix cereal. Did you ever Kix cereal as a kid?
I remember
Kix. was not really anything. It was yucky, and that's exactly what Morning Funnies was, but less sweetness, less taste.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It was
really
good analogy there.
And then the other one that should have been good, but I remember thinking, this is not that good, was ice cream cone cereal.
Ice cream cone.
They had vanilla and chocolate flavored.
Should have been good. Ice cream cones. I mean, you can't go wrong.
But it was really bland and not really that good. And that was my third.
Needed some ice cream in it. Good.
Yeah. The last, and this is an honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't that it was the best cereal. We just ate it all the time. Oddly enough, we never saw the movie until until 3 years ago. I think I just saw the movie. But Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure cereal.
Oh, no way.
We used to eat that all the time. I don't think we watched the cartoon, but Mom, for some reason, I guess it was always on sale, she always bought Bill and Ted's Excellent cereal. And we'd eat it, and it had the marshmallow notes, musical notes. And it was a decent cereal. It almost hit my top 10, and then I thought, well, the cereal wasn't that great.
What did you think of the movie when you finally saw it 3 years ago?
I loved it. I regret not seeing it in the 80s. Yeah. I regretted not seeing that in the 80s. I thought Bogus Journey was better.
Really?
I am a Bogus Journey fan. I know that was hated on by everyone.
I mean, it was fine.
And I went down with low expectations, but they did something completely different, and I was like, Death is really funny.
I'm in that same kind of camp with like the Blues Brothers. Like most people love Blues Brothers and hated Blues Brothers 2000. I adore Blues Brothers 2000. I think it's a fantastic movie. It's not to take away, but I just love it. So, but I get the same kind of venomous, like, what? How could you possibly like that?
Yeah. You ready for 10?
I'm hitting me with it, please.
Okay. 10, this is where we get into the nitty-gritty. This is good stuff.
It's getting real.
Choco Crunch or Cocoa Crunch.
Choco,
Chocolate Crunch.
Okay.
Captain Crunch with chocolate berries or chocolate balls in it.
A winner no matter what.
We used to get it all the time.
Was the Captain Crunch, so it was Captain Crunch brand?
Yes.
Okay, so
with a Cocoa Crunch monster in it.
So it wasn't the Captain. He was still his cereal.
He was there, but so was the little monster.
Okay.
It looked like a chocolate chip cookie dough monster.
What was he, the soggy monster that made the cereal
just
soggy?
like a cookie dough monster. No.
But I mean, wasn't that the venom or the villain of the cartoons Soggies were trying to make and he was like, oh, you can't make my cereal soggy because it stays crunchy forever.
That's true, it does.
Yeah. I don't care what he says. My cereal does not cut the roof of your mouth.
That's Family Guy.
Yeah,
I love that joke.
Brilliant.
But I always loved that cereal. They discontinued it. That was one of our favorites. Until my buddy says, they still have it. I said, no, they don't.
Were the yellow kernels chocolate as well?
No.
So it was the yellow
regular Captain Crunch.
But the Crunch Berries.
Instead of Crunch Berries, it was Cocoa Puffs.
Got it. Oh, brilliant.
And my buddy said, just buy Cocoa Puffs and regular Captain Crunch and mix it. I was like, oh, that was it. He went, that's Choco Crunch. I was like, that's Cocoa Crunch. I was like, okay.
Both made by General Mills and ready to go.
Yes, I think so. So I was like, that's right. So I'm going to buy Cocoa, which I don't really like Cocoa Puffs by themselves.
They are pretty
regular Captain
powerful.
Crunch I can do every once in a while, but mixing them together, what a great idea.
I've never thought of that.
He is a cereal mixologist.
Shut up.
He does.
Is that on his resume?
No, but he was telling me all these other great combinations of cereal to mix.
Well, whomever that is, like if he puts that on his resume, if he needs a new job, I guarantee that'll be a conversation starter.
I'm telling you. Well, yeah, he owns his own business now. He runs his own business. And I don't know. He may still listen to the podcast. Tony, I'm talking about you, buddy.
I really want to hear these ideas that you've got, Tony. Please send me more. Mixes.
Should have him on.
Top 5 mixed cereals. Tony, let's see what you got.
He was the one that told me about the Cocoa Crunch one. So
that's a brilliant idea. Number 9.
Oh, it was number 9. Number 9. I'm a big. Everyone knows this because of my top 5 a long time ago. Maybe you don't, but I had Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles in my top 5 because I just love Pebbles.
Yeah, cereal. I love Cocoa and Fruity Pebbles.
Another one that I love they don't make anymore is Dino Pebbles. What? Dino Pebbles had marshmallows.
Shut up. So it's Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows.
Yeah, it's just fruity. Well, it was regular vanilla vanilla crisp with
like
marshmallows.
Rice Krispies almost?
white Krispies.
Interesting.
And marshmallows. And it was good. It was different. It was different than cocoa and fruity. And so I loved it. I thought that was the holy trilogy there, and then they eventually got rid of it. Now, I didn't ask for Dino Pebbles every day. But it was a nice I wanted one bag, then the next bag, then Dino Pebbles.
Yeah, that makes
the
sense.
Rotation.
It seems like it would work because fruity and cocoa, those are some of the best of the best.
Yeah,
and have been around for a long time.
Yeah,
and so that makes sense that they would try to capitalize on that and make more.
Yeah, and Dino Pebbles were really good. They don't make them anymore. I know they made something kind of similar. They made a birthday cake. Fruity Pebbles a long time ago.
What a stupid idea! For Fruity Pebbles,
I don't know if that was supposed to be the old Dino because it had marshmallows and vanilla things, and I'm thinking,
so what?
I don't know if that was the same as Dino Pebbles.
This caveman prehistoric,
just something different.
Okay,
just something different. But Dino Pebbles to me was a winner.
When Twitter first started getting big, there was some kind of advertising complete fail like that on a cereal box, and I remembered taking a photo of it and hashtagging advertising fail, and some marketing executive liked it or something like that, and I had to look the dude up, and I'm like, who's this? And he's he was a CEO, not a CEO, but such and such in charge of advertising at whatever cereal, and he was yeah, that's a crap idea. You need to throw that away. Yeah. I was like, yeah, Twitter works. That in there.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Number 8 is a great cereal I'd love to see again, but it was a good cereal. Not my favorite as a kid, but one of my brothers loved it. Sprinkle Sprangles.
Wait a minute. Say that again 3 times fast.
Sprinkle Spangles, I believe. It was weird.
Sprinkle Spangles.
Star-shaped cereals.
I feel bad for the voiceover announcer who had to announce that commercial.
With sprinkles on it, hard sprinkles. You would see.
I'm looking it up right now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Weird, but it was interesting.
Sprinkle Spangles. Here it is. Oh my gosh, that looks terrible.
Bray was a big fan of that.
Really?
And Mom would get it for him, and we'd eat it, and it was all right. It was pretty good.
Part of your nutritious breakfast, kids. Sprinkle Spangles, brought to you with absolute trash.
Yeah, probably.
Oh wow. But, so what was the deal with that then? Why did that jump all the way to number 8?
Yeah, it had a little sprinkle candy on it or something. It had these little hard bites in there. It was different. I liked it.
Okay. So even as a youth, you're I appreciate what they're doing here. Yeah. And I admire this. Because honestly, we don't give kids enough credit. Because they know what's up with cereal. I remember feeling very confident about my cereal choices and cartoon choices and things no, let me tell you all about these cartoons and let me tell you all about this cereal and let me tell you about these baseball cards I've got and these dinosaurs that I have memorized I know what's in the Cretaceous period. You're full of crap. I was 6, but I knew all about that. So I feel the same way with cereal. So I'm down for you if you said that. I don't know. It was different, and I appreciated the variety as a connoisseur. I believe you.
Yeah, the dinosaurs like Grimlord. I know all of them too.
You mean Grimlock?
Oh, Grimlock.
Come on, man.
The Dinobots. The Dinobots. I used to know all the Dinobots names. All right. My favorite one was the pterodactyl, by the way. It wasn't Grimlock.
I don't remember the pterodactyl.
There's a pterodactyl, a brontosaurus, a T-Rex, and the Stegosaurus.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's a Triceratops too.
Yeah, the Triceratops.
Those were the 5.
You had to have that.
Yeah. Everyone wanted them.
There were 5 because they combined into the giant dinosaur,
that was
right?
5.
It was a mega. Yeah, you're right. But it was what was the dinosaur's name? I think I had him, the big that you could buy separately because he turned into the base.
Yeah,
because he was the home base for the Transformers, and I had him where he could transform into the whole base. But you couldn't put the 5 together.
No
ones. It was him as the big dinosaur.
Yeah,
whatever. He was of course a T-Rex.
Grimlock.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot about that.
And then. Anyway, so moving on.
All right, moving on.
6.
Number 7. Number 7 was, it shouldn't surprise anyone being a Star Wars fan, but 3POs.
3POs.
Love the cereal. It probably wasn't as good as I remember, but I just remember getting it just because it was Star Wars cereal, and I thought Star Wars cereal was the best.
Same thing. Did not make my list, but I do remember eating 3POs.
And I remember you can have cutout mask of Han Solo, Luke, and it was really lame.
Was it cut out the back of the box?
Cut out the back of the box.
Yeah.
It was really
There
lame.
was a lot of that back in the 80s.
Yeah.
That cut out the back of the box.
I was disappointed they didn't have better toys with that cereal. But 3POs was okay. I don't think I could. I don't remember what it would taste. I think I said it had a honey taste to it, but it was okay. It wasn't the best cereal, but good memories. Number 6, and this is the last one, is Dunkin' Donuts cereal.
Dunkin' Donuts cereal. They've replicated almost perfectly with it's called powdered donut cereal.
they have out now, right? Hostess has a powdered donut cereal, which is very close to Dunkin' Donuts. But Dunkin' Donuts had a chocolate, and their cereal was a little bit crunchy.
O's.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was soft on the outside, but had a crunch on the inside, like a donut at the beginning. And that's what the powdered donut cereal kind of has, that softness but firmness. It's weird to describe, but I tried powdered donut cereal last year, and I was like, okay.
Having some memories flush back.
I don't eat it all, but I was thinking this is pretty close to what Dunkin' Donuts was.
Man, I'm starting to get hungry. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, powdered. And the sad thing is, Twinkie cereal. I got Twinkie cereal too this past year. Twinkie cereal is great, but it's just basically powdered donuts just reshaped and colored yellow.
Oh,
that's the same recipe. It tastes the exact. I was very disappointed. Not because I hate I like Twinkie cereal, but the thing was, it's the same thing as the powdered donut cereal, just reshaped and recolored.
Wow.
Reboxed.
That's kind of lame.
I thought it was lazy. Because why not put vanilla marshmallows for the filling, you know? Why not put the marshmallows for the filling? To replicate the filling.
I don't know. I really wish that I could sit in on some of those marketing meetings with stuff like that.
Yeah, like I said, a good idea.
Who made this decision?
Yeah, lazy. All right, what's your number 5? Let's do this.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the cereal.
Holy cow. Didn't make mine.
Honestly,
I don't think we ever had it as kids, though.
You didn't?
We knew about it, but we never had it as kids.
Here's the reason I remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the cereal. Is because they had the 4 individually colored marshmallows for each turtle. Mm-hmm. So you had your blue, orange, and red, and purple. And I always remembered I could never get all 4 turtles of all 4 different colors in one spoonful. And I was like, it was a game that I had for myself, you know. I would like try to get all 4 of them, and it didn't matter. And my mom's like, hurry up, eat your cereal, you know. We got to go to schools, you know, so whatever it is. But I never did. Never, still to this day. So if anyone has any TMNT cereal, let me know. I'm going to get a big-ass spoon, and I'm just going to find one. Eat it in one bite, just so I can accomplish that goal.
Of course.
In my life for Saturday morning Samoflange. Like, some people have goals to get fit and to, you know, change the world and to, you know, world peace and all that. No, I need all 4 turtles in one spoon.
There you go.
And then I will feel more complete.
Yeah. What are you eating? Turtle soup. Did it turn your milk cream?
I don't think it did. I think it...
Oh, that's a shame.
No. In a way, it's a bit of a dishonorable mention because I remember that I feel like the milk turned like a shade of gray. You know, like that off gray that a lot of cereals do. I think it kind of did that.
My number 5.
Oh, okay.
I think is on your list.
Ooh.
I think. We never saw the movie. But we wanted the cereal so bad. And we got the cereal. It was awesome. But I don't know if it was the best tasting cereal. But I remember being proud that we had that box in our house. Ghostbusters cereal.
Yes, it is on my list.
I thought it would be because that it was a decent cereal. I liked the white ghost, marshmallow ghost.
Yes,
was
it was
great.
So good.
And the cereal I remember being okay, but I think I was just so excited to have the Ghostbusters cereal because that was like
a forbidden thing in your house, I guess.
Couldn't watch the movie. Couldn't watch that movie. Could eat the cereal. Right. But the thing was though, we watched the cartoon. The real Ghostbusters cartoon.
Oh yeah.
And but we loved that whenever Mom could get that cereal, it was just so special for us. It was a special moment. So good. What number is that for you, by the way?
It's my number 2.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, because it was one of the first ones that popped into my mind. Like when I remembered, when I was thinking of this podcast.
Yeah. But I remember that was like almost like the Holy Grail when you had that in your cabinet. It was like, we have Ghostbusters. And
I remember being slightly disappointed in Slimer. Because you know the white marshmallows were the good ones, and then the Slimer marshmallows or whatever they had were like
they had Slimer marshmallows. I can't remember. I just remember the white ghost, but
they had the white ghost and they had little green ones too, and they were like crap. And I was like, what is this? And
I'll tell you one. I think it was either Burger King or something. Someone had a Slimer sundae. And I was like, oh, we'll try that. It was green slime on your vanilla ice cream.
Like it was hot fudge or something. Or?
In a way, it was mint.
No.
It was mint, and it was
awful.
Terrible.
Why would they do that?
Because your teeth are already sensitive to the mint, and so that have that cold ice cream on top of that was just made it. And it was very sugary mint, and it was not good. I remember the guy at Burger King gave it to us.
Did I say that
gave us some Slimer sundaes for free?
Oh my!
And because Mom didn't order dessert, and he was like, "You kids want some Slimer sundaes? Here, ma'am, is it all right if I give them Slimer sundaes?" We're like, "Okay." And they came in, we're like, "Okay, cool, Slimer sundae." And I was like, "Oh, this is nasty. No wonder you gave them away for free." Yeah. But the Slimer sauce on it was really nasty.
So the Nintendo Zelda cereal was my number 2.
Okay, so what's this one?
So that
3?
one was 3.
Okay.
So I had already checked it off. That's why I was off. So
all right. Well, let me go ahead and go for it then.
What's your number 5?
Number 4 now.
4. Oh, so my 5 was E.T.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's just ET cereal. Like it was straight up like
Never had that either.
C3POs. It was
Never
like
had that
it was
either.
just same sort of like what's something really cheap we can just slap the brand on with ET, and that was all it was. You know, alphabets with different letters, right? It was just E's and T's, bro. That's it. So no matter what you did, you spelled ET, right?
Yeah, I got it.
And I don't know why I didn't care. But
not as challenging as getting all 4 Ninja Turtles on your spoon.
Exactly. Not as challenging as the Ninja Turtles.
You picked it up and say, where's the challenge in this?
Well, the challenge was
just captured 14 ETs on one
alphabets.
spoonful.
You might spell out a word, like butt or something like that. But the ETs were bigger, so they were
TT.
They were like TTs.
Great,
That's
I'm
all you could have.
TT.
Like I got E's, and I'm drinking TT exactly. So I don't know why, but it just appealed to me, and it worked.
And
I really loved ET. Like I watched that movie again fairly recently. It is so good. Like it really holds up really well.
Classic,
I am so impressed by. Like I was thinking when I sat down and watched it, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a little dated. No, it isn't. It's fantastic. So much better than 90% of anything that comes out now.
Probably so.
Anyway,
I agree with that.
So anyhow, moving on. That was my number 4, I think, or 5.
That was 5, I think. Number 4 for me. I'm a big Monster cereal fan. We've talked about this.
We have talked about this.
Every Halloween, I always get Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry.
Yes.
Love them, eat them,
adore them.
In the 80s, there was a 4th cereal that was
this
also made
I learned about here in this room.
Yes, you did.
That I did not know about.
You did not know about, but it was in the mid 80s where it was around, and it was called Yummy Mummy.
Yummy Mummy.
And we used to get Yummy Mummy too. And Yummy Mummy was, just like it was in the cycle
of 4
of
boxes.
Monster cereal.
Right.
And my
but
little
it was
brother,
only around
Jordan,
October again, like with those.
No, they used to be year round, and then suddenly they went
like
season.
Yeah,
they used to be year round.
Then it was just Halloween.
Well, Frankenberry and Count Chocula were year round, and when Halloween came, Yummy
then
Mummy and Boo Berry entered.
Yummy Mummy would show up.
So Yummy Mummy would show up. I wasn't really that big of a Yummy Mummy fan. I love Boo Berry. Boo Berry was great. Boo Berry only showed up during Halloween.
What was the taste premise of Yummy Mummy?
It's fruit.
Was it like rainbow?
Fruity. It's just a bunch of fruit. Yeah,
right.
It was, and I didn't know this till years later. But it replaced another character from the 70s and very early 80s.
What?
Which was Fruit Brute.
Oh,
which was
that's right.
Similar to Yummy Mummy.
So
in fact, I think
5.
they did change the cereal color up a little bit, but I bet it was the same type of cereal. They just wanted to rebrand Fruit Brute. And so back
still
in
didn't work.
Early 80s to late 80s or early 90s, 92, I think they discontinued the cereal. But Yummy Mummy was around for a while. And Yummy Mummy we'd eat, and that was fine. But it was part of it wasn't that it was the best one out there, but it was part of the cereal rotation for me.
I mean, and
only 1 year did they bring back all 5 cereals.
What?
As a special thing. And I ate Yummy Mummy again. I was so happy to eat Yummy Mummy. And Fruit Brute I'd never had. And people were going nuts over Fruit Brute because older people remembered Fruit Brute. But I got Fruit Brute too. I said, these look the same. But they did taste differently. They did taste differently.
Okay.
And I wish they'd do that. I wish they'd bring out all 5 again.
And with my adoration, like if I had to do the top 5 cereals, those would probably be like in the current cereals, is what I'm saying. Like the other podcasts you did.
Well, I'm a big fan. We're both big fans of Monster cereal.
Huge fans of the Monster cereal. And if I had eaten that one, it would definitely be in my top 5. Like, because I don't have any recollection of that.
I wish they would reprint it. I wish they'd reprint it because Yummy Mummy is something worth trying.
General
So is
Mills,
Fruit Brute.
Get on it.
Yeah, get on it. All right, so number 4.
PacMan. The cereal.
Second crossover. PacMan
Yay!
is my
second crossover for
number
PacMan.
3.
Number 3.
You can do the PacMan cereals with another time.
You know what? Those kids could dance.
Man.
I rewatched that commercial because I remembered. I remembered the theme very dimly, but I rewatched it, on YouTube just the other day, and I was like, "What? This is great!"
The cereal is perfectly themed. They're Pac-Man pellets.
Perfect. I mean,
which you want to gobble anyway, just like a video game.
Exactly.
Plus, you talk about getting all 4 ghosts on one spoon.
There you go. That's what I was.
It's all about the spoonfuls.
It's all about the spoonfuls. Exactly. So you wanted all 4 Ninja Turtles, and you wanted all those stupid ghosts.
I wanted all those ghosts on one
never
spoon.
Do it. It was difficult.
It was hard because it would swirl around that bowl of milk. You couldn't get all 4 unless you physically had to pick them up with your fingers and put them on your spoon.
And that's cheating, and it didn't work.
It is cheating, but it was some sense of accomplishment.
It didn't matter. We did it anyway.
But the thing is, though, get this, very thematic because you felt like Pac-Man as you were gobbling up the pellets. And you know what I did? Just like in the game, I ate a lot of the pellets, so there'd be a lot of marshmallows, and then I could take one big bite of marshmallow.
Yeah, bro.
And
that's the game you can play with cereal. That's the imagination that kicks in.
And that's why that cereal is so brilliant, and they need to bring it back.
I totally agree. I don't like. There's no need to have a new PacMan game to go along with the new cereal.
It's an experience.
You don't have to do that.
It's an experience. You feel like you're chomping on the pellets and chomping on the ghost.
Like, yes, I feel like even little kids who've never played PacMan know what PacMan is.
Now they had marshmallow Pac-Mans too, which is fine. Those are just big marshmallows.
Right.
But the thing is, though, thematically, you're Pac-Man gobbling up the cereal. Just like he gobbles up pellets and ghosts in the game.
I totally agree. So that one was up there. And then the only things that supplanted that was my number one, which is a bit of a cheat, and which is a big cheat, actually.
Oh, wait. Let me get it
to it. Nintendo cereal and Ghostbusters and Pac-Man, like all those, I was having a hard time with the 1, 2, 3, or the 2, 3, 4 order of those. So, like, I loved that Pac-Man cereal.
Okay, I got 2 guesses here. I think one of them may be on your list.
My number one, you're not going to get. It's just, it's not.
Okay.
It's not guessable.
My number 2.
Yeah.
Every time I watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I miss this cereal.
What? Pee-wee's Big Adventure? What cereal was he eating in?
I pity the fool, Mr. T cereal.
Mr. T cereal.
He has that big bowl of he pours Mr. T's all over his breakfast.
That's right.
And he gets a big old spoon, eats a little bit of it,
like bacon and eggs and everything, and then he pours Mr. T all over it. Yeah.
Mr. T cereal was basically Captain Crunch teas, if I remember.
I remember that.
And they were great.
It didn't make my list because it was just...
It was just Captain Crunch cereal.
Yeah.
Yes, it was sweet corn cereal.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. We loved Mr. T. We felt like we were eating Popeye spinach when you ate Mr. T's breakfast in the morning.
You pitied the fool.
You pitied the fool. You were so full of roid rage. You probably punch a kitten in the face. I mean, you're just like, you had all this energy coursing through you. It was the sugar. We found out later.
We found out later. It's the sucralose.
It was the excessive sugar in the cereal.
Yes.
But man, nothing charged my day like Mr. T cereal.
Really?
I loved Mr. T cereal, and every time I watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I'm like, I wish they made
that. Is a great.
To be honest, they should sign a contract. Mr. T will go for cheap. Give him his cereal back just for a limited time only. I would buy that cereal. In a
heartbeat. Think Mr. T's PC enough to come back anymore. Like, he
probably
fools.
Not. He pities fools.
Say that.
Yeah, there's a lot of fools to pity, though.
Yeah,
I pity the fool who doesn't eat that cereal, though, if it does come out.
So that was your number 2?
I pity General Mills for not making that cereal. That was number 2.
That was number 2. Okay, I want to hear what your number 1 is.
Okay, it's not going to be yours. I thought about this, and it was the first cereal that came to my mind. I used to love it as a kid. Smurf Berry Crunch. Smurf Berry Crunch was a Smurf cereal. It was just kind of fruity. Smurf Berries,
like I remember
blue and red cereal, and
because my sisters loved the Smurfs. Yeah. I was never a huge Smurf fan, but I feel like I remember that cereal. But
I always wanted to know what Smurf berries taste like.
Oh, that's right, because that's the whole premise of that cartoon.
Yeah, they always ate Smurf berries.
Yeah.
And so I always want to know. I thought it kind of, there was some Bonkers candy, if you remember Bonkers back in the day.
The Bonkers, yeah.
And I kind of used to pretend that those were Smurf berries.
A good point.
The pink ones were.
Yeah.
But when they came out with the cereal, I was like, finally.
It's like, finally, I can know the truth.
And I ate some of it, and I just remember just loving it. It was comfy.
This fits.
It had a comfy taste. It was just nice. And
how old do you reckon you were when you were deciding that this is what I had decided a Smurf berry tasted like?
I guess. I don't know. But I felt like I finally got to know that. And this is exactly right.
The mystery
got
was
to taste
revealed.
What Smurf berries taste like with Smurf Berry Crunch.
Because that was in every single episode of the Smurfs, right? They're eating the Smurf berries.
Well, sometimes they're always collecting Smurf berries.
Gargamel's trying to steal them all and everything.
Yeah.
And Gilgamesh, whatever, isn't it? Gargamel.
Gargamel, yeah. But no, and it was fantastic. Now, they came out with a Smurf cereal when the movie came out. I got it to see
fairly recently.
Well, when the newer CGI movies came out.
I didn't see that.
And I bought the cereal just to see, but it wasn't Smurf Berry Crunch. I thought, because usually they save the same formula, repackage it, and they didn't.
Do they?
I think they do. I think they got to. They got to. They don't throw
I feel like that if there's a way they can make it cheaper, that they do, because it's that is the reason.
Well, they don't have to pay anyone to come up with a new formula. So just go.
Perhaps, but maybe it's less sugar. But that I feel like that's a part of my disillusionment with cereal now, is that I just want to keep it as glorious as it was.
But I love it, but the new cereal was not that good. But
because even Blueberry and Frankenberry and Count Chocula, like, it feels like it tasted better not just the fact that I was a child.
I do want to say they've changed the recipe
like
for the monster cereals. They're not as good as I remember.
Okay.
I now eat them because of tradition.
I eat them because of tradition, right? But Blueberry is a challenge to get through.
Really? Frankenberry has always been a challenge.
Really?
Yes.
Blueberry tastes the most like cardboard to me, but I still eat it. I don't care, and I still drink the blue milk.
I'm gonna put real blueberries in.
And
I
feel sick afterward every time. I feel like, ugh, this is making me sick.
Like do you think
do you think I care? No. I take a picture of it and I send it to my sister every year, and then she sends one back with her eating something.
It's funny because when we were playing Time Stories, I felt like I was Blueberry inhabiting someone, possessing someone.
Shut up.
I'm kidding. With my little straw hat, straw band hat, bow tie. What other ghost wears a bow tie, man? He's classy. He's classy. Blueberry's classy.
You've got a great point. Like, I don't think any of those stupid ghosts from PacMan wore a bow tie. So.
Yeah, no, classy.
But I mean, that kind of leads into when I was talking about my disillusionment with cereals now compared to being a kid. That's my number one.
Time out. If they make PacMan cereal, the ghost will turn blue when you put milk on them.
Ooh, brilliant
if
idea.
If they get wet. I mean, if they get milk on them. Right now,
they start out white.
But the ones that get soaked in the milk turn blue.
Or they can be whatever color they're normally supposed to be, but then they turn blue when they get soggy or whatever.
Yeah.
Genius. You know what?
Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
General Mills or whomever owns that cereal, you can have it. Like, you can have that idea.
It's a freebie.
We don't need the royalties.
All I want is a free box of it.
That would be great. And we'll happily review it and do it on the podcast.
Eat it live.
So,
what's number one?
My number one is, and I wrote this in all...
I'm shocked.
We
didn't have this many crossovers.
No, this is a cheat. You're right. That's a good point. So, I wrote this in all caps. I said...
It's not Batman cereal.
Saturday morning cartoons.
Okay.
Plus, any cereal in the world did not matter at all. If it was cornflakes or grape nuts, or because often for some reason that was still left in my cabinet and no one ever ate grape nuts and cornflakes because they're terrible. But if you gave me that, Saturday morning cartoons, and a big bowl of sugar, that I was pleased as punch, and it did not matter.
Remember, it felt like buried treasure when you scraped the bottom of that bowl and got that gray spoonful of sugar,
chunk of it,
and you're like, "This
is the good stuff.
It's gonna be great."
This is
and you took that big old bite of gray, milk laden sugar, and crunched it, and it was like, "This is heaven."
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
There's no better feeling on a Saturday morning.
You know what I would do is because I would have 3 or 4 of those bowls of cereal as you're going. Like, you're constantly...
Chocolate covered sugar
because
bombs.
Saturday morning cartoons began for you at what, 6?
Yes.
I think 6 in the morning was when they started for me.
You're a slacker if you don't start with the 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, because that was when Transformers came on for me, so I had to see that first.
We had to start with Rocky Bullwinkle in the morning in our area.
Terrible.
It was a terrible, but you
still had to do it.
Beggars can't be choosers.
No.
Because 7 o'clock, that's when the whistle blew, and that's when everyone stepped up their game.
Yeah, right. Because then other kids who were slackers, they got up and started watching. But see, what I would do is that I would, like, a third or fourth cartoon, like it was Transformers, G.I. Joe, something else, and then blah, blah, blah. But it was that, that hunk of gray sugar or whatever. Like, I would say, like, "Ooh, I'm getting to the bottom of the bowl. Time to fill up." And I would save it for the bottom. Wow. Like, I would have, so this is
self-control.
Right.
Didn't realize
so it was
that.
it was added to the next bowl.
I know you could feel that grit.
Yeah, the grit. But it was a bit of excitement when it was like, "Ooh, time for another box."
It was.
Open up the Zelda side. I got the Mario all eaten, so I'm going to eat all So my number one is the cheat, because it really did not matter what I was eating.
Please tell me it's just a bowl of sugar and milk.
Dude, it could be a bowl of sugar. No, I did more. I did that thing as a kid. I remember having chocolate milk in the refrigerator and like, "Oh, this is going to be the best thing ever. I'm going to pour chocolate milk in my cereal."
Oh, wow.
No, it was too much. It was too much. Yeah. And my mom told me. She told me over and over, "You can't do that." And Mom wasn't there one day, I think, and then we had chocolate milk in the fridge. And I was like, "Oh, this is going to be heaven."
True story. If ever we buy chocolate milk, which isn't that much, but I have to do a mix. Because chocolate milk itself is too rich for me.
Look, even little 6-year-old me has said the same thing, and so I don't.
I had to do a mix of white and chocolate milk.
When you were a kid, even?
Yeah.
Or now?
No, I did. No.
When you were a kid?
When I was a kid, I used to drink it straight, And as I got older, I was like, this is
too much, man.
Yeah. So I have to mix it.
So I'm surprised that a cereal aficionado like yourself have never tried to add chocolate milk to your sugary cereal. And
no, we didn't. This is going to be great. We didn't have chocolate milk.
No, I didn't either. It was such a luxury, and I wasn't allowed to have it unless Mom, poured it out.
Did you also have Gold bars for breakfast? I mean,
yeah, probably.
Chocolate milk.
Shave off a bit of the Gold bars for the toppings, But yeah, I remember for some reason we had chocolate milk, but it was the combination, the holy grail of combination. I had chocolate milk in the fridge. My mom was not there to tell me no, and I just had the cereal, and it was Saturday morning. I'm like, this is going to be great. Turns out not.
No,
but good. Didn't matter. The point is that's why it's my number one, is because I remember that.
What is number one?
That
chocolate milk.
Any cereal.
Oh, okay.
With the Saturday morning cartoons and a bowl of sugar.
I mean, yeah. That's just classic. You
that
always
is what
had
I
your
thought
bowl of cereal.
The fondest memory that I could think of is what I was going for my number one.
And by the way, there were 3 channels: NBC, ABC, and CBS.
That's it.
And you knew which cartoon you wanted to watch each half hour, so you'd have to switch channels.
Yeah, manually.
You never stay on the same one.
No,
because you had to switch because the Adventures of Winnie Pooh's coming on, and then you had to switch to Snorks, and then the newest episode of Smurfs. You stayed on for that channel, and then you said, "Oh, nope, now it's time to go watch the Karate Kid," or whatever it
Turn
was.
this trash off.
And you had to keep bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
I feel the sweet spot was the 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
Well, that was the good
10 o'clock is when everything started disappearing because football's coming.
Yeah, well,
and so you got the
10 to 10:30.
You got
the
nature game show. You got some of the. You got some at 10 o'clock. It started waning off because then you had the California Dreams.
Surely you've done top 5 cartoon podcasts before.
Oh yes.
I mean, probably multiple versions of it.
Yes, and every decade. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
I haven't gotten back that far in my archival.
We didn't do
listening.
the 2010s.
Oh my gosh.
But we didn't watch many cartoons.
Well, I doubt that there were very many good ones either. I'm like, it's different.
All hail King Julian.
It's different now. It's amazing though that there was such a production level and so much importance. There was a huge amount of importance in those cartoons.
Yes.
And it was great because I got to meet the guy who drew He-Man. And he drew a bunch of other stuff, but he was so much fun to talk to, just about what they did and how much effort and energy and idea went into those commercials. Because that was a big money deal.
My picture isn't here. I don't know where it is, how to find it, but we met the guy who drew Super Friends,
which
is my favorite thing ever. And so I was talking to him, and then Megan says, "Well, do you want to buy something?" I said, "Actually, I want to buy this whole. It's a whole line of I think of Rogue Gallery or whatever, or with maybe superheroes." And yeah, he signed it and everything for me. He was really cool too.
What a cool story!
It's cool. It's cool to see those cartoonists and everything.
Yeah,
because they were
and then they just draw it out like freehanded, like they'll do it right there at the table for you, and it's like,
and you can laugh at how funny they look. Back then. But the thing is though, that's what we remember as kids, and that's what we loved. Mm-hmm. We grew up on those cartoons.
This was like there was a lot of money riding on the way these cartoons were produced because of the cereal was tied into it, and like
merchandising was tied in.
Merchandising was big time.
Advertisements in between the commercials.
That was huge,
and you wanted to keep people tuned in, so you wanted to have a strong cartoon lineups were serious business.
That was a big deal. Like to have that
Saturday
8 o'clock
morning
to 9
was
o'clock,
a business,
right? That 8 to 9 slot on Saturday morning. Well, that was a big business. Yeah, the 6 a.m. You're like, this is going to be
6 a.m.'s throwaway stuff. 7 a.m. is when we officially start.
But see, Rocky and Bullwinkle's probably free for them to like do.
No. Yeah, it was something easy, cheap.
Something cheap and
7 o'clock it really started kicking off, and then 8, 9 it's blowing into the big ones.
Let's do it. Next episode of Transformers: War for Cybertron.
And then 10 it's Wildlife Today or something like that, or it was something.
What kind of cartoon? What did you get?
It wasn't cartoons.
I don't remember that.
It was like kid game shows. Ours went to kid game shows.
I feel like I got all the way up to like 11:30. Like,
football was at 11. We turned off by 10:30.
Right. Yeah.
By 10:30, it was basically nothing, and Dad took the controller from us, and we didn't care.
And then just for that 3-hour block of our week, that's all we had from 6 to 10.
And then it was outside for the rest of the day,
and that's it.
Till the sun
went
down.
You're outside using your imagination.
You're outside running off that Mr. T cereal.
Yeah.
Good memories.
Good stuff. Yeah, it was really
Fantastic
fun.
memories.
I'm really surprised at how much fun I had putting this one together. Like, especially when I told you, like, I was like, we got better things.
Let me ask you, did you share any of this with Kim?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I told her that we were going to talk about it, but I didn't tell her which one.
Would Kim share some of these memories? Was there cereals that she loved?
Oh, my gosh, yes. She would probably eat the Rainbow Bright stuff.
Probably so. She probably did.
Yeah, she loved it, probably. But
yeah.
I feel like we did have a very brief conversation because I mentioned the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I couldn't decide if I wanted to do that one or Ghostbusters, and she remembered the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one because we couldn't. Yeah. Both of us couldn't get all 4 turtles on the spoon.
Yeah, I know, it's like a challenge.
Cowabunga's my ass! Get out of here!
Anyway, all right, folks. Hey,
I made a honey.
There's a. And they couldn't put Splinter in it because you can't have a rat in your cereal.
Oh man, there's a rat. Waiter,
come on. And you can't have a Shredder cereal because it's little foot. You don't want feet in your cereal.
That one does cut the roof of your mouth.
Hey!
We could go on.
Yeah,
but we won't.
You need a can opener to open the box.
Brilliant! I made another funny.
All right, so hey guys, tell us in the comments, what cereals did you like? What cereals did you like growing up? I mean, they could be today. They could be of yore, and they're not around anymore.
Or what cereal did you love but tasted like trash, but you still wanted it anyway?
Oh, I like that one. That's
which of your dishonorable mentions? Top 5 dishonorable mentions.
Yeah, a cereal that you wanted to have that you were so excited about, but you hated it.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey folks, we'll see you next time on Saturday morning.
Just leave it there.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
I was gonna say. Samoflange.